Bonjour Year 8, I hope everybody's well. For this week's lesson, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. It's a cultural lesson and it's based on Paris. So we'll be learning to name some famous attractions in Paris. We're going to understand a description of a visit to Paris, and then you're going to use that description to help you create a poster all about Paris. So today you're going to need the following: un cahier, un stylo, une règle. And the image that you found is not the original image, but you can probably recognize the lady there. That is the Mona Lisa painting, which can be found in Paris. Alors, numéro 1, écrivez la date. Numéro 2, copiez le titre. Une visite à Paris, which is a visit to Paris. Numéro 3, soulignez avec une règle. Okay, when you're ready, you can begin the starter, which is to unscramble and translate these places in a town. The first one has been done for you. As you can see, Le Messien is not a real place. It's an anagram of Le Cinéma. So for the first three questions, I have underlined the first letter that you need for each of these places. In your secured section, numbers 4 and 5, the le, la, les has been separated out, but you need to unscramble the place. And at mastered level, the last two, everything is scrambled up, and that includes the le, la, les. So have a go and see if you can work out which place in town all of these are. Okay, so let's begin our introduction to Paris. I'm sure some of you recognize some or maybe even all of these sites. We're going to have a look at this vocabulary so you can listen and repeat, and you will also need to copy this vocabulary down because it will help you later in the lesson. So once it's all on the screen, you might like to pause it so that you can copy down each place. Okay, so je visite, which is I visit or I am visiting. So je visite la Tour Eiffel, la Tour Eiffel. Je visite le Sacré-Cœur, le Sacré-Cœur. Je visite le Jardin de Luxembourg, le Jardin de Luxembourg. Je visite l'Arc de Triomphe, l'Arc de Triomphe. Je visite le musée du Louvre, le musée du Louvre. Je visite la cathédrale de Notre-Dame, la cathédrale de Notre-Dame. Je visite Disneyland, Disneyland. Je visite la Joconde, la Joconde. That is the name of Leonardo da Vinci's painting, the Mona Lisa, which can be found in the Louvre Museum. Okay, now you're going to practice a little bit more vocabulary to help you with the rest of the lesson. So please pause this video and go back to class charts and click on the link to WordWall. There is a vocabulary matching activity. So complete that and take a screenshot of it as well, please. And then you can return to this lesson. Our next step is we're going to use some of that vocabulary in a text. So this WordWall activity is a text which is all about Paris. It's describing a visit to Paris and different activities that were done and sights that were seen. And what you need to do is fill in the gaps on the WordWall activity. So read the text carefully and select the words you think you need to complete the text. When you've finished it, please take a screenshot of your work. Now that you've had a chance to practice some useful vocabulary, it's your turn to create a poster about your own imaginary visit to Paris. So this poster can be done by hand if you like, and you can take a photo of it. It would be great as well if you can do it on Word or even on a PowerPoint slide. Your text should be a similar length to the WordWall activity. So you can refer to your screenshot to have a look at this text, which is like a template for you. And as a checklist, try to include the following: at least 5 different attractions in Paris. So you can use the ones that have appeared in this lesson, or if you know other places, you can add to them. So Le Centre Pompidou, that's a picture of the outside of Le Centre Pompidou. If you know this place, which is like a modern art museum, you can include that or any other attractions you know. Try to include some times. So just like the model text from WordWall, different things happen at different times of day. So le soir, à 5 heures, try to include some times in your text. Of course, you need photos of the attractions. In your text, try to include some opinions and adjectives. Again, if you're thinking about how you can include them, look back to the example on WordWall. And as an extra challenge, see if you can include at least one justified opinion in your work. Okay, Year 8, so here is just a checklist to remind you what I'd like you to attach to class charts, please. Firstly, screenshots of the 2 WordWall activities. So that's the vocabulary match and then the gap fill on the text. And the second thing you're attaching, please, is your poster. The title should be Ma visite à Paris. So you can go back in the slide and check the things that you need to include, because this poster is not just pictures, it's also a text describing your imaginary visit to Paris. Okay, merci beaucoup. See you next time.